You are my. You.
Yo, bro, had a guy locked up in Soho. You heard about that?
No.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Pimp Daddy podcast, baby. PDP, because people are scared to say the real name because they're. But I'm Sheri Ciprane, and as always, this is my boy and other host here, Brad Rickert.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
I never really thought about how close Pimp Daddy is to P. Diddy. You ever think about that?
Well, I think it sounds very similar.
It does sound similar. Yeah, not like our actions.
Pimp Daddy, P. Diddy. Yeah, I mean,
Have you seen him?
I'm kind of puffy.
Nah, you're just being hard on yourself.
I got little jowls going on, so I'm sitting on the other side this time.
Sheri switched sides of the table.
I need a facelift.
She's feeling self-conscious.
I'm wearing fake Ray-Bans, and because they're fake, it's really dark in here. Look,
Yeah, why are you doing that?
These are.
They're fake Ray-Bans,
Oh,
so
yeah,
it makes
fuck
it
yeah.
darker because
they're not polarized.
Oh yeah, dude, it looks like you're
me
eating
see how
out
they look on
Gabourey
you.
Sidibe's ass.
They look good on you.
My precious.
They look good on you. Yeah. So I'm gonna put them down for now.
You did look great in them. Maybe I'll use that for the thumbnail of the video.
I'll do it again for another thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
How them jowls looking, y'all? I use my schwa bar, or Joshua, or what's it called?
Looking like CSI Dover, Delaware over there.
Claymont, Delaware.
Oh shit on my dick.
That's
and call me
that's
Bob Saget.
southern Delaware. I'm not southern Delaware.
My bad.
No.
I thought Delaware was like 10 miles long anyway.
It is. It's about 90 miles.
So the south and the north is
Yep,
like, you know.
Exactly. We don't get along with the south.
You might accidentally run a 5K and go to the wrong side of the whole fucking state.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Damn.
Yeah. 100% fentanyl.
Hell yeah. Well,
Yeah. First state.
we don't need
fentanyl.
to sit here and talk about Pimp Diddy all day.
No. He's fine. I
He's
mean,
doing good. he looks good. He seems happy.
the trial is kind of crazy. There's that one girl who was supposed to be a witness, and apparently she, pulled herself from it. So let's see if the other girl comes in. Aubrey.
Kid
I think her
Cudi
name
had to
is.
testify. You see that shit?
He
That's
looked
my boy.
crazy. He came to court in a leather jacket, a cropped white T-shirt, and like baggy jeans, and then got out of the fucking SUV.
Smoking that cig, looking like the Fonz, looking cool as hell.
Everyone says it's a Newport. I think it was a Marlboro, but it might have been a Newport.
I think he's a Marlboro guy. I don't think he's a Newport guy.
I think they assume he's Newport because he's black.
Yeah, but he's
You know,
like an artsy guy. You know what I mean? If anything, it's maybe an American Spirit or a fucking.
Could have been a Spirit.
Maybe what else could it be?
Could have been a fake cigarette from set.
Exactly.
Just
That's
to
so
make
true.
himself look cooler.
But that's crazy. He was dating
Yeah.
Cassie, and so Diddy lit his car on fire.
I think he blew up his car.
Jesus
or lit it
Christ.
up. Yeah.
Would you ever blow up someone's car for dating your ex?
Well, let's see. I've done some pretty crazy stuff. I haven't lit anyone's car on fire. I did burn a house down before.
What the?
But not the whole house. It was just the den. It
I
was
did
the
burn
den
a house
area.
down before.
Well, it was me and my boy Jesse. Shout out Jesse. We grew up together. My boy Idris, he's black. And it was two whites and a black.
Black,
And-
white,
yep.
white, H2O,
Exactly.
2 hydrogens and an oxygen.
Oh, what happened? Oh, so we were having a water balloon fight, and this guy got mad because we hit his car. He goes to work 'cause it's the summertime.
That's
so
a free car wash. Fuck that guy.
Well, yeah, he was whatever. Don't matter. He had like a Porsche or something. So whatever. He leaves, and all we wanted to do really was just go in and like cause a little damage. We didn't really mean to do this, but then my boy Jesse lit a dryer sheet on fire and then threw it in the trash, and then it lit up, and then the whole bottom half of his house got burned down. But then insurance paid for it, and he got a brand new living room.
See, that's the thing about the
Yeah.
if you get rich enough, nothing bad can actually happen.
Right.
Oh, your wife died in a fire. Oh, get a new
Yeah.
wife. She's younger. She's nicer. She's not on
Exactly.
fire.
Right. I mean, unless it's her pussy's on fire, that crotch rocket. You ever had a crotch rocket puss?
No. I've been a safe young man my whole life.
Yeah. I mean, I've never had crabs, but I had an ex who did have crabs, and that was weird.
Oh, so you'd have to like work around it, like.
No, I broke up with her.
Oh.
Because she obviously wasn't fucking me
She
because
was
I
your
didn't
ex
have
once you
them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she had them. You guys met. You had like an amazing like connection. You're like, we'll work around the crabs, baby. We'll wait when the crabs migrate. You know.
Yeah.
We'll shave it.
We'll go crabbing.
Yeah.
Go crabbing together.
God,
Yeah,
Lord.
crab legs, baby.
Ugh.
We were talking about Diddy here.
Who cares? The New York
Have
Knicks.
you ever lit a house on fire?
Have I ever lit a house on fire?
Or a car?
Unfortunately, no.
Have you ever lit anything on fire? It's fun.
Not like to damage it, you know. Like my buddy used to work at a fireworks stand back in Indiana.
That's fun.
And he used to get all the dud fireworks for free. You know, there's a certain thing with these fireworks where if the wick is too short, they're not legally allowed to sell them. So you have all these short wick fireworks that are too dangerous because they're about to go off in 2 seconds when you light them on fire.
Nice.
Okay, so
I like that.
My boy at the end of the season would get a box full of fireworks, right? Just full of busted ass fireworks. You know, all their wicks are fucked up. You're not gonna light them like that. So we're like, let's just light the whole box on fire. In a field.
Light them up, light them up, light them up.
So a couple K worth of fucked up fireworks later, we had like we gave that farm town a show down in Lowell, Indiana.
Yeah, shout out Lowell.
Hell yeah, that's that same bridge I was having sex on.
Oh, lighting fireworks, having sex.
Just hanging out in the middle of a field. God damn, farm country was okay.
Cow tipping.
I hated it so much. I was like, I need culture. I need to move to a city with a museum. It's like, no, you're fucking and lighting shit on fire. Don't move at all.
Well, don't you think that's better? Because I grew up like both. Because Delaware is like a little city.
Right.
We're so close to Baltimore. We're so close to Philly. And then we have a little mini city. And then I come to New York. I've lived here half my life. I have both. You know, I have city and urban in me. And then I have like, you know, lighting houses on fire, cow tipping, you know, bitches with crabs. I mean, you have it all. You get it all.
I think you've had a full American experience. I think I've had a pretty full American experience.
America.
The last thing we need to do is get insanely rich and then ruin people's lives. And then we've had the full experience.
Yo, it's coming.
And we're working on it.
I've been manifesting.
I can't wait to have merch made by children in a foreign country.
Yeah, because it's cheaper.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, maybe we'll have like the logo made here so we could put made in USA on it. You know, we'll have like the stitching or something.
Yeah. Well, our logo right here was actually made by an illegal immigrant. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that. She's hot too. Shout her out.
She is legal now. She's legal immigrant. She married a man. She married a beautiful, nice man from St. Louis.
Yeah, good for her.
And now she's not going to get kicked out of the country.
Yes, I love that for her.
Yeah.
I love that for her.
I love that for her, too.
Yeah.
That's my buddy.
That's how it should be.
Anyway,
You know?
New York's buzzing right now. The New York Knicks are going the fuck off.
I mean, they're really nail biting. It's a nail biter. I mean, they're losing, they're winning, they're losing, they're winning, they're losing, they're winning.
But they're still in it, and they haven't been this far in 26 years.
Very long time.
And it's crazy because I live in New York City now, obviously, but I'm from Indiana.
Right.
Right. So it's like
Pacers.
it's like my home. It's like my home state versus my current state, and I fucking hate the Pacers, dude. I hate where I'm from.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
you'll get over that.
I'm a Bulls fan. You know, I'm like from outside of Chicago, but it was Indiana.
Right.
And Pacers fans are, it's so funny. I saw this like thing on the internet and it said Pacers parking $20, Knicks parking $100. So in Indiana, when you're parking at the game, Pacers fans pay $20 for parking.
How do they know?
And Nick, because they're all dressed in their shit, you know, because you're going to a playoff game, you're spending all this money on the tickets, you're going to be in the shit. But the funny thing is, I realized is that downtown Indianapolis is so small that there is not a Knicks fan that went to Indianapolis and then would drive the 2 blocks into the fucking stadium.
Yeah,
that's only Indiana that goes from parking lot to parking lot. They're playing themselves because the Knicks fans, they're not fucking parking because they're not driving 2 blocks like the fat fucks that you are.
No, they're not. They're not. They didn't make any money off that.
It was fun to see though.
I mean, that's Indiana mind for you.
Anyway,
that's
we'll see what happens.
Hillbilly mind didn't work out for them.
Brunson's going off, doing his thing. Cat had a big game last night. Josh Hart's playing like a fucking man again. It's not a sports podcast, but goddamn those boys, they're doing their thing right now. And it's good to see.
Crushing it. Go Knicks.
Yeah.
Go Knicks.
You're like the lesbian that loves sports, but like
I'm not in it.
But you don't really know anything about it.
I know it, but I'm not like in it.
Well,
like,
and you're a Philly fan too. So you got that whole Philly thing where like, you know, You just want to get drunk and fight and eat a cheesesteak anyway.
I know it's been a while since I've been in a fight though.
How long has it been?
I don't know. The last time it was like when I got maced, but I didn't really fight, so I just got maced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
No, it doesn't really count. But it was an altercation.
Right. I mean, obviously someone maced you.
He did, little bitch. Yeah.
I'm proud of you for not fucking or fighting a comedian yet.
Oh, no, that's not my agenda. That's just my character on stage. I will hit, like, if I think you're hot, I'll hit on you and I'll talk shit if I'm hosting and I'll say you're hot and everything. If I can tell I make you feel uncomfortable, I won't ever do it again. If I can tell you're into it, I'll keep doing it. But off stage, I won't try to finger pop you or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
We'll be friends.
Your orifice is safe.
Yeah. It's just like it's like a little character I play. No one else is doing it. Who's doing it?
Yeah, you're kind of like a dirty old uncle.
Exactly, I'm Unk. That's Unk Auntie right there, Aunt Unky.
You're like Shannon Sharp if Shannon was actually a girl's name, but
it's not.
I know.
There's a black man's name.
All right. Well, having said that, should we bring on our guest?
Yeah.
Fuck it. All right. We're gonna do a little switchy doozle. We'll see you in a second.
Bam, bam. Yeah. Introduce our guest, Brad.
All right, this is a friend of the podcast and a comedian and just an overall nice lady. Give it up for Olivia Barbulescu.
Barbulescu's
Barbulescu.
You guys nailed it.
Barbulescu.
Thank you.
That's very that's like Chalamet, and then Nikki Glaser did the thing. It sounds like something Sandler would say. Barbulescu is a very like Sandlerism, like Barbulescu.
That's a good accent, actually.
Yeah. Let's get him to do it.
Imagine if a comedian had an Adam Sandler impression. Anyway. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for being here. We're blessed and honored by your presence.
Well, thanks, guys.
Love you, girl.
I'm really excited to be here because I think you guys are funny as fuck.
Thank you.
You're funny as well. I remember the first night I met you was on Brad's show, and I think I was hosting that night. Mm-hmm. And you were with some hot girl. And I think she might have been on the show too. And you're hot as well. I don't know. And so anyway, I think I did like call you sexy on stage, and then I was like saying your name over and over, and then I said it wrong when I introduced you. I was like,
but it happens. That happens to a lot of people. They're like, I'm going to get it right. I'm going to get it right. And they practice. They're like, I really want to do it. And I'm like, oh, guys, thanks for caring. And then it's the people who want to do it right the most.
Right.
That fuck up.
Yeah, because I care, and I value my craft.
Yeah.
Some people are just, this is Sheri's everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bitch didn't even ask
Some
me.
people just put sounds together and or people like say, but, and then they kind of like stare at me like emptily, being like, can you finish this sentence? And I'm like, nah, bro, I want to watch you struggle.
Exactly.
Well, it's also like a lot of times in a bar and they're just like getting fucked up and they're like, the whole vibe of this is let's just be shitty.
Yeah.
This next comic comes to this. She's actually really funny for a lady. Olivia Barbulescu. Yeah, give it up for her,
A lady.
And
a lady.
I'm sure we've all gotten bad intros. It'll happen.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, I try to make my intros better.
Yeah,
I try to host a good show.
You try to incriminate yourself in every intro.
Ain't got nothing left. Half my life is over. This is all I got left. Okay, half my life is over, and y'all are gonna get the second half. Okay?
No, we're gonna keep you going. We're gonna keep you going for a while.
Oh yeah, for sure. Botox, liposuction, a lot of vitamins. My Adderall prescription just came back. Thank God, in a few weeks. I don't have to do pollen anymore. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So anyway, your teeth are very white.
Thank you.
I like that.
I did a lot of pollen before this.
Lies.
Just kidding.
She doesn't have that energy. No.
Yeah, why are you like, you seem like a together, like, professional young woman. Why would you find yourself going into the dark depths of comedy?
Well, it kind of has to fall apart before it can come together. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I like did have it together, but it wasn't working for me. I like did school and I studied really hard and I did like jobs that were like excite, like, oh yay, you got this amazing job. But then I was just like sad. What
were you sad about?
It just was so boring and like I didn't feel like I was really using my brain. Not at all.
Fulfilled. You didn't feel like you had a purpose.
No, and I actually did comedy in like college, like for fun. Mm-hmm. But I obviously
We'll slide in, yeah. It's okay.
But yeah, I did
more. You're good. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you didn't feel like you were fulfilled. You didn't feel like you had much of a purpose. So you're in college and you're like.
I had like a really good, amazing teacher who taught improv at my college, and they were like, "Oh, you should do this." And I started doing improv, but then I didn't get into any.
We're good.
But then
started doing improv. I feel like I'm really low to the flow right now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm low too.
My tits are on
the table too.
Yeah, I mean,
are your tits on the table?
No, of course not.
No,
you guys have things underneath here.
Bring it up.
Hey,
bro.
They go up.
I feel like mine is at the maximum going upping. And maybe I'm just body short.
You might be short. You do have a weird torso.
I do.
That's a good clip.
What's wrong with this girl's torso?
I'm body short. My torso is short. It is weird. I do have very long legs. I've been told I have very long legs, and it's weird because they do not match how short my body is.
Well, I can say I check you out a lot.
Smart.
Thank you.
In an uncle auntie way. And I think you're proportioned just fine.
Thank you, Sheri.
Okay, I think you're proportioned
the thing I love about you, I was telling my friend this, I was like, when you were the host that night and like your thing is like, you know, kind of like finding people and like telling them that they're hot and like kind of being like like you're saying is like part of your character.
It's my
right?
character, yeah.
But you like gave me a warning. You were like, hey, this is part of my character.
Yes.
Like this is a thing that I do.
Correct.
Like FYI. And like, you know, obviously let me know if it is not working for you, but like this is a character. And that was all I needed. Cause then I was also like, let's fucking go.
Exactly.
And I can like do this too. Because like I am really like paranoid about like I'm very like don't shit where you eat type vibes. So I'm always like trying to make stuff like I don't ever want to do anything like make anyone feel uncomfortable or whatever. So it's cool to get to like spar with you in that way. It's like really fun.
I'm glad. And I had to learn that. I mean, it's been 3 years since I've been doing comedy, and I didn't do that right off the rip, you know?
Well,
I didn't give a warning, a Surgeon General's warning.
Yeah,
before,
a lot of people in comedy, I feel like, have like these like little characteristics about them that are like, you know, fake. But are, you know, no, they're like part of their character. They're comedic character.
I mean, I'm definitely charming and a pimp, but
sure.
I will not try anything off the stage.
Well, like, but like, sure. And then also, someone like me is very different on stage than they are in real life.
That your enemy.
But then there's like this subset of comics that are just like completely the same. You know, they're absolutely the exact same, almost to a fault, where they're like non-functioning humans because they're like not in character all the time. They're just like so authentically, you know, fluid with it and
themselves,
You know, it's weird because some people take shit so literally. So, you know, like someone like Sheri might come up and, you know, rub someone the wrong way in that way, and it's a problem. But it's we're being funny. You know what I mean?
Is the crowd getting laughs, and are they getting amped up and they're having a good time? Yes. Is everyone? I can tell if the crowd likes it or if you're feeling uncomfortable.
The thing is if it's like a creepy dude, and then I have to like be like, oh, let me appease this man so that I'm not like in danger. It's like different, you know. But it's like, oh, okay, like step one, you're a woman, so I'm not going to be like fucking freaked.
You're not going to feel threatened.
Step two, you gave me a warning. It's and also you have social ability. Like other people like think that they know, but they don't. So you're like they're just like barking up the wrong tree, trying to be as shocking as possible, doing whack ass shit, and then like everybody's not having a good time, including the comics. But like anybody who has any amount of like social awareness would know that. But the problem is the people who don't. So they're not gonna know.
Yeah, no,
but
I also appreciate you validating and acknowledging
bro,
that.
Dude, of course.
That. I've been working on it.
I just got Eiffel Towered.
I did a 3-way now. It was the way I always imagined it.
Right.
By two old men.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not old, and you're not.
I'm man. Old. No, I do have good old titties. You know?
Yeah.
God bless America.
Oh my God.
Bless
dude.
America.
Yeah.
No, we do appreciate you having us on.
Opposite. Her being on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm dyslexic.
Yeah, that's true.
And I read the prompter wrong. I read the teleprompter wrong.
That'd be so fucking crazy if there's a teleprompter for
like
this podcast.
Yeah, there's just like a guy with a whiteboard in the corner being like, talk now.
A complete psychopath writing this shit as we go. Holy fuck.
Oh, I wanted to talk about real quick. We don't have to stay on this topic too long, but your bingo. your bingo series on IG that she does. She does a bingo series, she did a Subway bingo. You do like an open mic bingo. What other actual shows? Bingo. Like what else?
I did like a red flags in dating
red
bingo.
Flags. That one was fun.
I did like a stupid White Lotus one because like they always be naked on there. Yeah, I know.
They're all hot though.
I know.
I mean, I don't mind watching you if you're hot.
I know, naked, but there was like a lot of dick like on that show. Like I feel like
HBO loves dick.
Yeah.
Thank God we've been showing our pussies and our titties and our asses for years. Let us see their dick. And you know what? In that one episode with Four from Divergent, Theo, the second White Lotus.
Okay. Oh, whatever. Yes,
he had a prosthetic on. It wasn't even his real fucking dick.
So I'm also angry about this because I'm totally with you. It's like women's like women's dicks. Women's dicks. I'm very progressive.
These days.
They are made in China.
I'm very progressive. It's like tits out all the time, like pussies out all the time, asses out, and like dudes, they only really got one thing, and then he wore a prosthetic.
He did. Take
your dick out.
Yeah,
take your dick out. Let's see your dick.
Let's see your real soft dick.
Yeah, because I'm not putting prosthetic tits on to do this fully frontal fucking thing.
Side clasp.
It's gonna be my whole. I'm never gonna do nudity on TV, dude.
Not even if they paid you like a few million.
No, I'm like really like freaked out in the head about that
what
stuff.
What if it was a prosthetic?
If it was prosthetic tits?
Yeah.
You know what? Then yeah. And you know what? If it wasn't, I would probably just say that it is, and then you can just get away with anything.
Well, in theory, I mean, it would be so easy to do fake nudity in movies. Now all they have to do is like put pasties on and then just like CGI some fucking like braille nipples in there.
Literally with the amount of skin that I'm showing just in this shirt right now, I'm sure that they're able to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
wear a swimsuit, they can edit in like an Arby's roast beef between your legs or whatever.
A little bat wing on the side.
Don't forget the horseradish sauce.
Don't forget it. I like the white one. The white sauce.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. The guys the guys having to show their real cocks, I think should be the way to go.
I would do it if it made sense.
Well, yeah, in that scene,
when would it make sense?
Bathing suit.
Yeah,
he was changing his bathing suit, and you saw his cock like in the background,
like on TV or on.
No, the whole thing is like
HBO, millions of dollars.
Well.
Here's the thing. They literally, so much of it was like this family's incestuous and stuff. So it needs to be weird that the dad being naked is like part of the weird sex vibe of the family. And I just think it's weird that his dick was out. Now, no one should like have to put their dick out or their tits out, but like Sydney Sweeney wouldn't have a career. You know what I mean? And like
God bless Sydney Sweeney.
Honestly, I'm like pretty straight, but when I look at Sydney Sweeney's tits, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, she kind of looks like she has Down syndrome a little bit in the face.
Shut up.
But
shut up.
I'm downs for the downs, baby.
She's down for that syndrome. That's so bad.
You know
wow. I mean, she does look like a milkmaid. You know what I mean? Like it looks like she's carrying and it looks like she's dispatching.
But also like
it looks like she's transporting. You know.
But also rock what you got. Rock what you got. You know what I mean?
You know who had a great dick scene was Walter Goggins on Righteous Gemstones this year, which is another HBO.
I haven't seen the last season.
HBO series. They're very dick heavy. HBO loves dick. You know, they're very progressive with the dick.
That's true.
And it's just like the funniest character, and he's just on jet skis with his dick flapping in the wind, and like in like a comedic like montage. It's not even like, and that's when I would do it. I would do it if it's hilarious because I'm a comedian.
That would be funny for you, yeah.
Or if like it was advanced in my career and like it made sense for like a really great movie I believed in or something like that.
Your balls flopping.
And I mean, it just
Or Kim K sex tape time, you would.
Oh yeah, would you and Steph release your sex tape?
Well, see, okay, so here's the thing. I would much rather be on camera hard.
Well, yeah.
Than soft.
Oh, interesting.
I'd rather my nipples be hard on camera.
And that maybe just might be a thing about me, just because I know the ratio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And every guy's ratio is different there. But
for a grower, not a shower, not a grower, whatever.
Right.
It is.
All that shit. Yeah.
I was just in Spain and I saw so many nude people on the nude beaches.
Oh, nude beach in Spain, but it's France. I love it.
But it's not the people you want to see nude.
No, and they don't sexualize children either. The children are walking around, with their little thingies out and the little girls.
I saw this 3-year-old boy with a full bush the other day on a new.
Wait, what? In Bushwick? Just
Please around. Say more.
I mean, he was born on a leap year.
He was an acidic Jew. He was just curled on it. He was just wearing a little top.
Oh my God,
walking around with his little dick running off for Shabbat. A little Shabbat. Again. Oh,
this is a great time to mention that Olivia is Jewish.
Yeah, I took.
Do you try to hide that in the media?
Well, I don't know. Actually, honestly,
that's an up in comedy. That is
well, it's honestly kind of sad. I did stop wearing my star today because I just felt like I feel like it's gotten.
Podcast.
No, it's gotten.
We like the Jews.
No, I know you guys. Well, I hope you guys like the Jews. We've never talked about the Jews before, so I didn't know where you stood. But we
be sitting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
don't know. My mom was just
kidding.
like, hey, like I'm scared about you wearing your star. So like, can you like, tone it? It was sad because it's a nice star, yo.
Yeah. I mean, what's better than 5 points? 6 points. You know?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, like if I start a religion, 7 points on that star.
Well, you know what's funny? Actually, I saw this belt and I was like, wait, this belt is really cute. And then I saw like it low-key had stars on it, but it had like Jewish, like it had 6-point stars on it. And I was like, I don't know if like the Madewell manufacturers know that they've created a belt that just has like a bunch of gold Jewish stars on it. Like I think someone was like, oh, this design is like so cute. Yeah. And I'm like, this is a pretty intense, that's a
symbolism in it.
That's an intense symbolism you guys got going on. But yeah.
I mean, I get it. The whole, your mom not wanting you to.
Yeah.
To be out in the city and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That makes sense,
yeah. In the 90s, I didn't want to look gay. My mom didn't want me to get hurt, and I still.
The new gay.
Yeah, bro, they having marches. They're burning you. They're beating you.
You got to do it secretly in a basement.
I don't know. It's just
make some tunnels. Like
oh my
brothers.
God, dude. Yeah. Well, that's the one thing we all got in common, right? Is tunnels.
even just straight white men have tunnels too, but we just are afraid to go in them.
Yeah, dude.
It's true.
Yeah,
you guys are the ones digging them.
But there was anyway. Shut up. Anyway, there was a lot of nudity in Spain.
Right.
And anyway, back to Barcelona.
There was a lot of nudity, and it's like the nudity you don't want to see. First of all, there was a lot of sexy men in Spain. I was like low key, like these people are hot. Like these are sexy people, and I'm in New York. I don't know. I'm just like not seeing that many sexy people.
No, especially in Europe. I've spent a great deal of time in Europe, and the men there are very sexy.
They're really sexy.
And they're a little bit misogynistic, and they're a little bit chauvinistic, and I blatantly look gay. Yeah, I mean, they didn't even care how I looked. They're like, you got pretty face, because I went not naked on the beach, but I had my tits out.
Okay.
And like, I got out of the water, and 3 different men from 3 different sides were like, surprisingly, or whatever the accent is, like, you got nice tatas, you got nice boobies, very nice, for you, very nice. And I'm just like, all right, but I felt validated. I actually liked it. I was like, bring on the misogynism, bring on the chauvinistic pig.
That is funny as fuck.
And their dicks were like soft too.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. So this is the thing.
Big.
Yes.
Little babies.
So like literally I was on the beach and I like just rolled over on my towel and there's like some giant ogre of a man.
Right next to you.
Completely right next to me. Like a tan Shrek with the skin like wrinkly from the sun. And then it's like his dick on like just such big balls, like just like tiny,
swollen.
Like literally, I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
And so then I like roll over on my blanket to like observe something else, and and then I like just look for a second, and I like my friend starts, and somehow the man is now over here. I don't even know he's the same guy as here. And then the gross
angles.
I turn around to try to be like, I'll just lay on my stomach and but get like tan in the sun. And I look and there's a naked woman on a chaise lounge directly behind me. And she's smiling at me over her hedge, we may say.
Her bush?
Bro.
Great movie.
Direct eye contact, slight smile.
Oh,
frightening.
Was she all wrinkled and shriveled?
Yes,
because it's the same woman. They all look like that.
It was actually the man, but he just had fake boobs on, and now
it's his twin sister.
And they wear Speedos. The men, they wear like the little tiny weenie benders. And they take them off their dicks out. And in the European beaches, you're so close. You lay right next to them.
It was crazy, dude.
Yeah, I could smell this guy's one dick. Like I could smell it.
Oh shit!
That's how close it was.
But the guys, like in Barcelona, though.
Eat fresh.
In Barcelona, the guys were so hot and they were like hitting on me and they were so sexy. And I just felt like, oh my God, yes, I love flirting here. Like, this is so fun.
Because they're charming.
They are really charming. They have game. I'm not saying that there's definitely issues. Also, they give a little gay vibe sometimes, which is a little too much for me. They have a lot of nose piercings as men, which freaks me out.
And they listen to a lot of techno too.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. If they were here and they wore the same clothing, same nose rings, bumping EDM, you're a fag.
No, well,
a little bit, like a little bit.
Well, here's the thing: I do feel like I can tell the difference. The thing is the men being in Europe, like some of them are super vain, like, and that is the thing that I find very unattractive because it's like there can only be one princess in this relationship, baby. And it's me.
Yeah, they do have the upper. They feel like they have the upper hand.
But there was this one guy I was flirting with in Spain, and he was so cute. But then there's like all these videos of him like emerging from the water sexily, like looking into the camera, and I'm like, okay, like you are sexy, like you are hot, you're maybe one of the most sexy men that I've ever seen. But the fact of the matter is you have a video of yourself emerging out of the water, going like.
And you don't have a cologne deal.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Here's the thing: you're not getting paid for this.
Right.
Not even.
But if I was that hot, I would be doing that shit too, probably, honestly.
You are that hot. I feel like you have a different concept of what you are.
I think everyone getting out of the water looks a little bit better.
Not if you're
really?
fat.
Yeah.
I just love I just love chlorine. You know what I mean?
Or salt water.
Yeah. Bath
salts.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
So, but you didn't.
You're like, I think a body that's been bloated by the water leg. Oh, yeah. Like, that's some good shit.
Let me puncture that shit, like a pimple popper.
Stop it.
No,
Grandpa.
So you didn't find a love connection in Spain, huh?
Oh, yeah, did you get laid?
No, I was like flirting and it was fun, but I was like, I didn't want to just like, because I could tell these guys were like real fuck boys.
Of course.
And it's like, there's a time and place for that, but I was like, I don't know, it was just so much more fun to like know that I could.
Are you too old for fuck boys now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 27.
She's not too old for it, but she mentally might be past it.
I was gonna say you're 24 because you look younger than 27.
Well, I'm totally Botoxed out, dude.
You don't even need it.
No. It's because I get a lot of migraines.
Oh, that's
so
different.
I get my Botox for my migraines, but I'm super toxed out, man. Yeah. I'm like, that's why.
Well, once you start the tox, you can't stop the tox.
Yeah. Because I was not into the tox when I first got it. I first got Botox at 24 for my migraines, and I didn't really have wrinkles to begin with. But now, I'm turning 28, and like you can see it wear off at the end of the cycle, like because it's a 3-month cycle for the medical Botox, as opposed to like when you get it aesthetically, it's like a month and a half, 2 months that you re-up.
I do 6 every 3 to 6 weeks.
Exactly. So I'm getting it done every 3 months, so you can really see it wear off. I just got it redone last week. Otherwise, I would show you guys like. I'm starting to get wrinkles because when it wears off, I'm like, I'm seeing it. No I'm not saying that I would get Botox for it, but
you definitely don't need it for it.
You don't need it.
That's what I mean. You don't.
Oh, I do.
You don't. But the migraine thing, does it really work? I've heard it works.
It changed my life, dude. It gave me my life back for sure. I tried a lot of different meds. I had a really bad.
Couldn't leave the house. Right?
Yeah.
I was heard it's bad.
I just had a really bad thing with migraines, and that was a lot of the reason, honestly, why I reevaluated like my old tech job and stuff. And I was like, this isn't making me happy. Once I was able to get through my migraines and I kind of got like my life back, I was like, I want to do what like brings me joy, like after being sick inside for so long. But I tried so many meds, dude, and some of them are really fucked up. Like they put you on some fucked up shit, and they just
side effects, huh?
Yeah. I forgot. I wasn't able to remember my zip code like on one of them. Yeah, it was really
cloudy, huh? It's like a roofie. You roofied out for your migraine.
And like for us, people who like pride ourselves on like being fast and like,
of course,
it's like really scary when you.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your cognitive what's the word?
Dissonance.
Dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance.
Your like ability to like.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the right spelling, but it's close. But no, I get that. Sometimes I feel fuzzy too, and I think I just have 43 years of just so much stuff. I don't know if it's the Ozempic. I don't know if it's.
I have trouble remembering names.
Are you Ozempicing?
Yeah.
Are you liking it?
Yeah, I went from 183 to 148.
Oh shit!
So
you used to be a little bigger too, right? You lost weight.
Well,
he was thicker.
I've lost weight in general. I gained a lot of weight in college, so that's why I have like. I mean, I also ice skated for 15 years, so that's gonna mess up your head. You know what I mean?
Figure
like
skater.
Yeah, I did actually very weird.
Oh, so you have body issues.
I got body issues.
I see.
Just like any woman from the Northeast.
I see.
Hey.
But
Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan, I remember them in the 90s.
I did a really weird,
Anyway.
I did a weird niche sport called synchronized ice skating where there was 20 girls on the ice at the same time.
No, I know what synchronized swimming is.
Yeah.
Same thing, but on ice.
Okay.
Imagine.
Yeah, it's kind of like Rocketti, but there's a lot of shit going on.
That sounds like a lot of skill, a lot of discipline, a lot of practice.
Thanks, dude.
It does. It sounds really, really serious.
It was really intense.
Yeah.
And then I still have some really close friends from it because it's kind of like when you go to war with people,
you're bonded forever in that.
Were y'all smoking cigarettes at 13, 14?
No, dude,
Very
the opposite, bro.
Yeah.
It was I didn't do
70
anything
calories
until
a day.
college.
Jesus,
I really. Yeah, I was calorie counting.
Absolutely.
I trained for 30 hours a week. I was a serious athlete, but it was embarrassing because it's a niche sport. So it's not I was a serious athlete and I was a world renowned Olympics figure skater. I did do stuff for my sport, but we had high level competitions, but it's for your weird niche sport, you know?
Yeah, but I still consider you a high level athlete. You're D1 of figure skating. And you could have took it in professional but you just didn't want to? Or?
Well, I got kind of to the top of my field of what I could do in high school, and I didn't really like it. And then at that point in time, I had the opportunity to go to a really good college, and there was none of that there. And I was I need to rebrand. I want to be a new version of me. I don't like this. I want to shed this skin and go do something else. But the problem is when you've been a super competitive athlete, and I've seen this with a lot of my friends who are competitive athletes in college and then try to adapt to the real world afterwards, you don't know how to be a person. No. So I went to college, I got super fat, and I made a bunch of friends, and I was having a good time, but you're getting fat, you don't know how to eat right, and it's a whole fucking mess. And so that was really the issue and why it kind of spiraled. So I gained a ton of weight in college, and just everything kind of was fell apart in a way. But then so it's been a while to kind of get my shit back.
Okay.
When you switch. Okay, cool.
Did it die? So yeah, I mean, figure skating.
Yeah, so you'd be
Ice
worst case
skating.
scenario, if everything kind of falls apart, you could work for Disney on Ice or something like that.
Well, I actually
you could be a coach. You could be a trainer.
I've done that before. I've done coaching and everything.
You've done that before. You've done what before?
I've coached people before and stuff, but for money when I was in college and stuff, and or summer camps, working jobs like that. If everything fell apart, I mean, I tutor sometimes. I do
Nice.
different tutoring, and I used to work in tech, but genuinely, dude,
you can sell plasma?
I just can't. Fuck. I cannot ever go back to tech, dude. It fucking sucks. I think it just sucks the life.
the soul out
It
of
really
you.
does, dude. It really does.
It's weird that people shit on sex workers when so many people do so much worse stuff for money.
Oh, 1,000%.
And there's people in tech that do their jobs. There are some people that do, but
That
just
matter.
the stuff I was doing, I don't know. I felt my first job, I worked at Facebook. I felt
Wow.
I feel genuinely, dude, I needed an 8th grade education to do my job.
Oh, wow.
It was coding and
No, it was I was moving people around basically.
Okay.
I was it was called a technical program manager, and I just kind of would tell one person to do one thing to tell the other person to do the other thing, and they all wanted to fight, and I would basically have to be guys, can we please just get this shit done? And then we would have to have another meeting with someone else's boss. I just basically did
So the Facebook office is a lot like a Facebook post, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
yeah, actually that's perfect.
boomers in the comments. It sounds like that's crazy.
Yeah, so it was that. And
Do you have an NDA with them?
Well, I don't talk about the exact work that I did, but I probably do have an NDA with them. But
NDAs only last a certain amount of time because I've signed some NDAs.
It was a while ago.
It's
Yeah.
30 years. It depends on the.
Did you ever meet
price.
the Zuckman?
Yeah, you meet Zuckerberg.
I've seen him very close. I guess yes.
Does his flesh seem real?
No, dude.
You think he's translucent?
It's
You
giving.
think he's a reptile?
It's giving reptile. It is. I am.
Alien.
Basically, every Thursday at Facebook, they would have a Q&A with Mark, and he would go and talk to. You can go and ask him questions in real life. And this is when we worked in Menlo Park in the Bay Area, and you could go and people would go and ask him questions. He would line up and ask a question, he would answer, and it was crazy. And then COVID happened, so everything went online, and bro was we're never going back in person. And I was yeah, it's probably because you don't want to do that Q&A anymore.
Yeah, because they can see the fucking reptile coming out of his
Yeah,
ears,
dude.
bro,
But now he's rizzed out. They gave him a chain and a weird
he's doing
shirt.
MMA. He's doing mixed martial arts.
But you know what?
and
I felt he should have fought that other guy. Who was he going to fight? Right?
Elon
He was going to
Musk.
fight me, Elon.
He's gonna fight Elon
I totally
Musk.
think Mark would have won. I think Mark would have won.
Elon.
I mean, Elon has the weight on him.
No,
you know,
but-
Yeah, but he's
Musk
slow and he doesn't have like
Mark
skill,
and he's
bro.
Aussie. He's autistic. He would have been like, hey.
He would have got some nunchucks out or something like that.
And Mark's autistic in the way where it's like, I'm gonna fucking win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have like somebody that's just like yeeting around being like, I'm gonna win. And Mark's like, bro, I really want to be good at this. I bet he got trained by the baddest motherfuckers, paid the baddest motherfuckers to teach him how to do MMA. And I saw some videos. Yeah. Bro could fight.
No,
like
he does a lot of jujitsu and a lot of groundwork.
Like
too.
every man.
I
know.
feel like a Mark Zuckerberg would be your type.
No.
What is your type?
That is a good question.
No,
what is
Mark
your type?
Zuckerberg is not my type.
Big black guys.
I mean,
big Italian guys you can feed spaghetti to.
I like
Spanish
I do
men.
like big dudes. I like people who have like a masculine vibe for sure. Like I am like a strong personality and I'm a confident person, so I cannot really deal with like everyone can have insecurities. I'm insecure about stuff too, but just like men that like I like somebody who's like self-secure in themselves, like knows how to take a joke, can give a joke. Like I like my partner to be funny is like very important to me. Thoughtful, like smart, gotta read shit, you know, like. But yeah, I do like somebody's like really fucking can take a hit and like can fucking like joke around for sure.
Yeah,
you know?
Brad and I are gonna start a dating show once a month at a comedy club, and you're definitely gonna be one of the contestants.
Oh my god, dude!
All right,
we're not doing that.
That's scary.
I was like, all right, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
That would be interesting though, because there are so many single female comedians.
No, but I'm not. I will not be in this. I don't shit where I eat.
No, I'm saying if we got like regular guys, like a firefighter off the street, a sanitation worker, a tech bro, a finance bro, they're not actually in comedy.
Yeah.
What if they were like, would you go on like a dating show?
Yeah, I'd go on it, but
it's like Tinder, but like being recorded.
But it's hard because like I immediately know if it's a no, and so like I've
you
been
can
on
tell
that
right
before.
away.
I did that
Yeah.
like Street Hearts like show, and they like.
Oh, that's right.
But the problem is like
they match you up with some Bushwick little fucking cuck or some shit like that.
Oh, it's like, or it's just like they're a nice person, but I just can tell immediately like
Every
it's a
open
no.
micer.
Yeah. This guy spends too much time cleaning his fish tank, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
And you know what? I like a guy with passions. Clean that fish tank, but like also you got to be strong. But for some reason, the past couple of guys that I've like gone out with, they all do jujitsu, and I think that's just, I don't know if it's because every man is doing jujitsu or for some reason I think there is a gym in Midtown in Manhattan where just all of them have gone on 1 to 3 dates with me.
Yeah.
And that is a frightening thought to have.
Well, it's called rolling around.
Yeah,
I feel like roll around with.
I feel like it's a nerdy exercise too. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
It's very hard. I've tried it.
Well, I'm sure it is.
I bet it's hard.
I'm not shit talking jujitsu. Don't get me wrong, but
I feel like they don't want to punch or get punched in the face, and that to me is a bitch. Like if you're gonna be jujitsu as well, like take some boxing classes and throw your fucking hands like a man.
It is cool because it doesn't matter like what your weight is as much. Like it's all about like using the like momentum of your opponent. Mm-hmm. So it's a really good skill for people who are like smaller people can be good at jujitsu because you know how to like take their, it's very like, I don't know.
It is. It's give and take. It's
very
dance.
this.
It is a dance.
As a straight white man in podcasting.
Who's very tall.
Everyone said...
Yeah, he's 6 foot almost.
Just don't work with men all the time. And so, you do a podcast with 2 women and you still end up talking about MMA,
I love MMA.
Honestly, this is making me think we could be commentators on an MMA. I actually almost got this job because my
what
tax
job don't you get?
My tax guy. My tax guy.
You just walk down the street and people endorse your skills on LinkedIn. Is that your whole thing? Like,
well, listen, my tax guy runs he runs a philanthropy for boxing. No, he's not. He's an Italian. He's an Italian.
My tax guy's charity.
Perry got an Italian tax guy.
Perry
definitely have a Jewish.
Perry. He runs a boxing thing, and
gym.
I was like, yo, dude, could I like be a commentator on it? And he was like, yeah, that'd be awesome as fuck. So next time when they have kind of like the post-match like interview, I'm gonna do that.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Because I'm like, I think it'd be really
like the
fun.
Sideline Reporter did.
Yeah, because I don't know shit about that stuff. So I think it'd be fun to be like, yo, how was it getting yo ass beat?
Yeah.
That's funny.
You're very sweaty.
That's funny.
You're sweaty.
What kind of towels do you use?
Yeah, exactly.
What fabric softener is that?
Yeah, because I went to like a boxing match and like the two guys were fighting and me and my friend like pretended to be each of the guys and I was like, stop hitting me. And she was like, you stop hitting me. And we were like we were like making fun of the guy. And I was like, this is funny as fuck. Like I feel like there should be like the channel for the people who don't want to be at the match who can like listen in.
The girlfriends who get drugged with their boyfriends to have to watch.
That's actually a very good idea to have
like
sports commentary from a woman's perspective for the women to listen to.
Also, it's just like, think about like, what is Snoop doing at the Olympics? He's just having a good ass time. And that's my dream job.
And
like
that's
my
what
dream
people
job.
Love, yeah.
My dream job is to be Snoop at the Olympics. Like I want to be there, like teach me how to swim, Michael Phelps.
Dana White, UFC. If you're watching this.
I will totally come in and do that shit. It would be so fun. I want to be like when the guys are like about to fight and they're like teeing off and they like look like they're about to kiss. I'm gonna be like, you guys
Face
about
off.
to kiss? Like
I could help you. I could give you
would
the
be
terminology behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I used to box a lot, so I know.
Fuck yeah.
And street fight illegally.
What were you street fighting in
bigots, homophobes.
You were legit just fighting people in the street?
Well, they would try to fight me and I would fight them back. And then I took boxing lessons and learned how to actually fight. And like we just watched when we were walking down here, we just saw two bitches in the gym fucking hitting pads or whatever.
Yeah.
I would do that like you just saw. But yeah, you would be good at that. You could also be like a hot ring girl and come in with the round 6, round 5. You know
that feels really. That could be empowering. I could be into that.
It is.
It's cool. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of being objectified. Just a little bit.
Yeah. I admire a girl that can be objectified just a little bit.
It feels nice now that I'm trying. This is going to sound so douchey, but it's like I'm trying to like lean into my hotness a little bit. I spent a lot of time not thinking I was hot. And
they're the best kind of girls, by the way, the ones who don't know they are.
But everybody's like, I want you to not know that you're hot and everything and whatever. And it's like, you know what? I am not saying that I'm like hot. I'm like, I wasn't confident in myself. Now I go to the gym, I work out, I feel good. Like I am who I am.
Absolutely.
I feel pretty like strong in myself. I'm not like delusional, but I'm like,
you're self-aware.
I'm aware. And it's actually been interesting because when I started doing comedy in college, I was like very overweight and like I felt very like desexualized in a large way. And so because of that, I feel like my comedy's been really different. Like in college, it was kind of like, oh, haha, like whatever, like bro-y, and I could say whatever. And then I had to realize when I started doing comedy in New York, like, oh shit, dude, you look different now. Like, so if you get on stage,
you can't tell fat jokes anymore when you're not fat.
But the thing is in my mind, I still am sometimes. So it's like fucked up because it's like there's things that are funny about all of this shit. But like if people don't know me and your first joke in your set looking like this is some joke about being fat, people are going to be pissed.
You have to provide context.
If you show like I'm secret in my mind, I'm always going to be kind of fat, and you explain how that originated, people are way more open to hearing that. But before I was getting away with more. That is very different from today, the way I have to be aware of how I look. So there's like this fight of, I know in my comedy that I know I must be kind of hot because if I get on stage and I say a bunch of jokes about being fat, people get mad.
Right.
So I have to now acknowledge it a little bit on this, So it builds me up in a little way, but it still is fucked up.
I have that same thing whenever I talk about being black. People are like,
same about me being straight.
Yeah.
Like,
what? They didn't know that about me,
Yeah. Like, what? You have a husband?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
no.
You're a gem.
We love you.
Oh, thanks,
we love
dude.
Olivia Barbulescu.
We're running short on time now, unfortunately.
No, that flowed. That went fast.
That went really fast.
And that's always a good sign when it goes fast because that means
we got a couple minutes. If there's anything that speaks to your heart or anything you want to promote or tell the nice people.
You can follow me on Instagram and on Substack.
Substack is where you write stuff.
Yeah, right? It's blogging stuff. I just write some longer form things that I've been experiencing going through comedy and everything. So it's Olivia Barbulescu on both. And you can spell that the way it sounds, B-A-R. And
it'll be in the
probably come up. Yeah, it'll come up. You can just say it a lot of times and then...
Yeah, it'll come up.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for having me. You guys are genuinely... when I came into contact with you guys and I was on your show, that show that Sheri was talking about where you were hosting and you were there and Romy was there and it was an amazing show, and I was like, you guys are funny as fuck, and it felt like I finally found a little pocket of people in the scene that I was like, oh, these people are fucking good.
I love that for you,
and I
love that you came into our little circle.
Yeah, you guys are funny as fuck.
You are definitely in my circle. I have a few in my circle, and you are one of them. Faux show.
Thanks, dudes. You guys rock, and I love your joke about having an Asian mom.
Yeah,
he does have an Asian mom.
Anyway,
come to a comedy show.
Come see it.
Thanks for the compliment. Yeah, I'm very good at stand up, and people know that have seen it live.
Amen.
But I'm just being a piece of shit.
Woo!
Yeah. Come see her at a show. Come check us out on the internet.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Pimp Daddy Live Pimp Daddy's gonna have some live shows this summer.
Yeah, come and support that.
Maybe
give us 5 stars on whatever their ratings are.
Yeah,
you know, like it takes 2 seconds, guys. I support you. You know what I hate? That I go and I like all these bitches' posts and I comment and I'm supporting you in the comedy scene and then you don't do anything, and then I see you in the real life, and you're like, "I love your podcast.
We love your podcast,
but I'm not gonna
fucking comment on it, you piece of
shit.
shit.
Like, you fucking pussy ass bitch.
I will fuck. Okay,
I will rape your fish.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Bye. We love you. All right. No, that was fun.
You